Start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Rakakadash, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and grace and peace to you, elect for winds, believing, pushing is true, in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. This is your fellow servant, Rakoyer from the GMS Orlando camp, coming at you another impromptu and in transit lesson. All right, the title of this lesson is There Are Lessons to Be Learned Even in Controversy. All right, and tonight's lesson stems from, the recent happenings, all right, that's been going on in the nation of Israel, all right, which I'm pretty sure you've seen by now. All right, the different controversial topics such as the mark of the beast, all right, what the mark of the beast truly is, all right, who's the God of the Old Testament, all right, is Yahweh Shai the God of the Old Testament or not, you know, along with a lot of other heresies, and controversies that's been taking place this week. And through all these controversies, although they're childish matters, they're childish arguments, from people who lack the faith. Even though that's the case, there's still lessons to be learned through these controversies. All right, because one, first and foremost, you still have the elect, all right, who are scattered amongst, these different groups, who might be just coming into the truth, just coming into the knowledge, and taking pieces of knowledge from each and every Israelite group, which we know to be detrimental to our growth. Is the truth isn't like a buffet. You can't pick from here, pick from there, and get a whole meal. All right, the truth is very refined. The truth is like a refined meal. It's like a sit-down meal, where you eat at one restaurant, and they serve you appetizers, then you go to the main course and then the dessert, but it comes from one restaurant, so to speak. That's how we know the truth to be. In order to grow, you have to learn from one teacher. You have to have a sound teacher, sound teachers and leaders. You can't pick and glean from every single Israelite group. You're going to end up confused, which we've seen many times, throughout the years. But nevertheless, there are lessons to be learned through controversy. All right, and these things ultimately are happening for the elect's sake. All right, so they can see, the light. All right, or who the Lord is truly dealing with, and where the Lord's Spirit is dwelling. Amongst the prophets, on whom the Lord's Spirit is dwelling. But I have this precept here in 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 18. All right, it says, "For first of all, when ye come together in the church, I hear that there be divisions among you, and I partly believe it. For there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved might be made manifest among you." All right, so the heresies must come. Controversy is a part of this walk of ours. It's a part of the truth. All right, one thing that you have to understand is that all of Israel is not going to come together until the Lord returns. All right, until the Lord gathers his elect, all right, and establishes, all right, the new world to come. All right, that's when all Israel is going to be at one. But right now, all right, the Lord is sanctioned for there to be divisions, even amongst our nation. Are you going to have a division in the household? You're going to have a division when it comes to your relationship with your wife or your husband. Are you going to have a division when it comes to your children, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, and so on and so forth? Or even when it comes to so-called brothers in the truth, are you going to have divisions amongst them as well, like we're seeing now with these different camps? All right, but nevertheless, I'm going to read it again. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 19, it says, "For there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you." All right, so there has to be heresies and controversies amongst us, so that the true teachers, all right, can be made manifest before the congregation. All right, because as these heresies are coming out, all right, what we're starting to see more and more is who our true teachers and who our true leaders are. All right, the world around us is shifting, right? And you still have Israelite so-called leaders who are telling us that, the mark of the beast is everything else but the RFID microchip, which is, quite frankly, it's insanity. All right, because the landscape that's being paved right now, all right, through this beast system, is one that's going to facilitate, all right, the RFID microchip into society in order to buy and sell. All right, the society is going digital. All right, CBDCs are being made, are being normalized. All right, digital currencies are being normalized. All right, they're bioengineering and how you say that? Uh, Transhumanism is being normalized as we speak. All right, so we see the whole system shifting toward, what the Apostle John seen in the Book of Revelations, man. All right, that vision that he had, all right, in Revelation the 13th chapter and the 16th verse on down, all right, it's coming to pass right before our eyes. And yet you still have leaders or teachers, who are telling you otherwise. And as these heresies come out, it should be made manifest more and more to you who the Lord is truly dealing with. Where the Spirit of the Lord is supping. And quite frankly, to put it blunt to you, all right, the Lord is dealing with the great millstone. All right, starting with the elders, apostles, all right, on down. Okay, that's where the Spirit of the Lord is supping here in these latter days. All right, and causing, that good fruit to come forth. Lord willing, we're a part of the number. But I also have this as well here. Give me a second. This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 16 and verse 16. It says, His mercy is manifest to every creature, and He has separated His light from the darkness with an adamant. All right, and right now the light is being separated from darkness with an adamant. All right, an adamant is a sharp stone, and right now the Lord is putting a clear divide between what's right and what's wrong, what He requires and what He doesn't, what His will is and what is not. The Lord is putting a clear-cut line, all right before our eyes on what He desires and what, His will is. And as it stands, man, the will of the Lord for us men, first and foremost, or to hopefully elect, is to do the work, to feed the Lord's sheep, to make our bodies a living sacrifice, all right, to go out in the highways and byways, all right, to proclaim this word amongst the nations, all right, Lord willing, to gather in the elect through the word of the Lord, all right, as well as to reform our lives and transform our lives according to the Lord's will, all right, first and foremost, starting with our mind, all right, and as we transform our mind, our body follows, but nevertheless, this is what the Lord has required of his people, of His men, first and foremost, and we're seeing, these other Israelite groups, pushing the spirit of relaxation and comfort on their congregation, man, which is something that is very deadly and dangerous. These guys are playing a very dangerous game, with men's lives and their own lives, that quite frankly, they don't really realize what they're doing. They don't realize what's at stake. Otherwise, they'll be operating and maneuvering otherwise, man. But it says again, Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 16, verse 16, His mercy is manifest to every creature, and He hath separated His light from the darkness with an adamant. All right, and right now, the truth is being made clear. Point blank, period. All right, the truth is being made clear. All right, what the name of the Lord is. All right, that it matters. Okay, what the name of the Lord is. Jacob's trouble. All right, what Revelation 13 and 16 is truly speaking about. All right, alongside other prophecies of the scriptures. Okay, these things are being made plain before the whole congregation, so that no man can say, in that hour or in that time, I didn't know. Nobody taught me. That wasn't something that, I was made privy of. Nobody can say that, because the message has gone out. Lessons have been generated at you can't even keep up, man. I don't even have the word for The lessons are being generated at a rapid rate, going into the different heresies that are being put out amongst the congregation, and going into the breakdowns and the prophecies, to really alleviate every man from ignorance. From ignorance, man. All right, we've all been made privy to the will of the Lord in some shape, form, or fashion. All right, and it's chiefly been coming from the prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, starting with our elders, apostles on down. But let me get one more and then I'll close it out. Excuse me. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 14. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them, and from a child that has known the Holy Scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation, through faith which is in Hamashiach Yahushai. All right, and a part of our main duty, as the hopefully elect, is just to keep the main thing the main thing. All right, continue to keep an eye on these controversies, and continue to learn from these controversies, and continue to keep the main thing the main thing. All right, because faithlessness is going to be preached more often. Because all these doctrines, really, when you really get boil down to the nucleus, right? The nucleus of the problem. All right, where all these heresies are coming from, where all these niggas get their ideas and their opinions. When you really boil it down to the finest common denominator, is faithlessness. They just lack faith. And their lack of faith has caused their vain opinion to spread, all right, to fester, all right, and the demons on them have caused them to spread their vain opinion and their faithlessness. This is where it all stems from, man. So for us, the hopefully elect, it's on us to continue to keep the main thing the main thing, all right, and to continue in the things that we've been taught and assured of, all right. We've been taught and assured of a solid foundation through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, the Lord has allowed us to establish a solid foundation in His truth. All right, to where we've been able to grow, all right, at a beautiful pace. All right, learn at a beautiful pace, blossom at a beautiful pace. All right, and offer up our bodies as that living sacrifice to the Lord. All right, we don't want to change anything now. All right, just because it sounds good or it looks good. All right, because that's one thing that Jake is known to do. All right, Jake can make shit look like sugar. He can make everything look good. He can make everything sound good. All right, but the Lord has assured us, all right, that what we believe in and what we've been taught and assured of is the proper way. But with that being said, that's all I had to say. For this lesson, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Well, grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Shalom. Stay up. Shalom. Akim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Rockathon. Shalom.